What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. I know you guys could probably already tell it's going down just by that title alone, and I'm excited to get into this one. I know it's going to be a bit of a long one. Get into this dumpster fire disaster show that was Kamala Harris's CNN sit-down interview with Tim Walz. Oh my goodness, guys. It was atrocious. Excited to get into that, so I'm gonna hop straight into it. Just make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we even get into it, guys, hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button for your boy. Without further ado, let's jump straight into it, folks. We've got Trump War Room tweeting out after 39 days of silence, Kamala Harris and her safety blanket, Timothy Walz, finally sat down with CNN, and it was so bad. Her handlers will never let her do another interview again. Oh my goodness, guys. I'm excited to get into it. Let's see exactly what we missed. Oh my. Okay, so we've got Kamala Harris here in the first clip confirming that she's still a radical left loony, seeing that her values have not changed yet. Let's see.
Generally speaking, how should voters look at some of the changes that you've made, that you've explained some of here in your policy? Is it because you have more experience now and you've learned more about the information? Is it because you were running for president in a Democratic primary? And should they feel comfortable and confident that what you're saying now is going to be your policy moving forward?
Dana, I think the most important and most significant aspect of my policy perspective and decisions is my values have not changed. You mentioned the Green New Deal.
Okay, so she's admitting that out of her own mouth. Her values have not changed. So that confirms what we were, initially thinking, that she still is this far left radical loony. She's out of her mind. And on top of that, when Dana asked her if it's why did she flip-flop on her policies, is it because she got more experience, more knowledge to the situation? She was nodding her head like that was going to be her answer. But then she says and goes a whole different direction with her answer. That just lets you know, guys, she is flat out lying and she's bad at it. Look at her. Look at her, guys. She's already stumbling out the gates. Listen to her.
Important and most significant aspect of my policy perspective and decisions is my values have not changed. You mentioned the Green New Deal. I have always believed, and I have worked on it, that the climate crisis is real, that it is an urgent matter to which we should apply metrics that include holding ourselves to deadlines around time. We did that with the Inflation Reduction Act. We have set goals for the United States of America and by extension the globe around when we should meet certain standards for reduction of greenhouse gas emissions, as an example. That value has not changed.
Oh my goodness, guys, listen to her. And then she serves up a little word salad with the lies, guys, so you don't even be able, no one can tell. You're not supposed to tell that she's lying to you right in your face. Like, come on, guys. This is all pre-recorded, pre-taped, and Kamala Harris still somehow is fumbling through the interview. I'm just so surprised that this isn't just, almost looking like a scripted. Kamala Harris is still fumbling through the questions, which makes me think CNN may have been a little bit more transparent with this one. Maybe they didn't provide her the questions beforehand. Listen to her, guys. She is still freaking out, guys. She's flip-flopping on every single policy. Listen to her here, guys. She's endorsing fracking. And when she just previously was saying that she was going to strike down on fracking within the United States. Listen to her. Listen to her, guys.
Do you still want to ban fracking?
No, and I made that clear on the debate stage in 2020, that I would not ban fracking. As vice president, I did not ban fracking. As president, I will not ban fracking.
Guys, there is literally a video of her saying the first thing on day one that she'll do is ban fracking, guys. This is literally that rush to the middle now. She was far left, radical loony. Now she's trying to, rush to the middle on every single stance that she, oh my good. Listen to her, guys. I'll let her finish it up here, but she is just totally trying to, steal votes at this point. She's trying to appeal to the middle at this point. Like, come on, Kamala Harris, you're not a moderate. We can get off the show. This is a sham.
Fracking. As vice president, I did not ban fracking. As president, I will not ban fracking.
In 2019, I believe, in a town hall, you said you were asked, would you commit to implementing a federal ban on fracking on your first day in office? And you said, there's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So yes. So it changed in the...
Look at her face. Oh, she's caught, guys, caught right in her tracks of a lie. Oh my goodness. Is this CNN still? Is that Dana Bash calling Kamala Harris on her crap? Oh my goodness, CNN has turned a leaf. It looks like they're finally holding these, folks on the left accountable for their actions, holding her feet to the fire. She's lying. She's flat out saying whatever she can, flip-flopping, going back on and changing her stance on every single thing she said in the past or to appeal to, a wider group of voters, guys. She's trying to appeal to the Trump supporters, the more conservative folks at this point, and it's not going to work. Kamala Harris, we can see what you're trying to do. Listen to her.
You said there's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So yes. So it changed in that campaign?
In 2020, I made very clear where I stand. We are in 2024, and I've not changed that position, nor will I going forward. I kept my word, and I will keep my word.
Do you still want to ban fracking?
My word. I kept my word, folks, and I will keep my word. I mean, you can't make this stuff up with Kamala Harris. She's doing it with a straight face, with the cameras rolling. Everyone's sitting here witnessing her lie. We can all see that it's a lie, and we have the knowledge to know Kamala Harris, she's not changed whatsoever. Her stance hasn't changed. She's just saying what she says to get votes at this point. Like, this is so sickening. This is what we waited 39 days for, guys. Oh my goodness. All right, we got Kamala Harris saying that she and President Bidenomics brought inflation down. Listen to this, guys.
You have been vice president for 3.5 years. Yeah. The steps that you're talking about now, why haven't you done them already?
Well, first of all, we had to recover as an economy, and we have done that. I'm very proud of the work that we have done that has brought inflation down to less than 3%.
You have been vice president.
That brought inflation down to less than 3%, guys. I'm not sure if Kamala Harris is properly briefed for this interview where she's trying to say that her and Joe Bidenomics, what she's been trying to distance herself so far from, but out of nowhere, she's trying to take credit once again, and wrongfully so. She said that, they brought inflation rate down 3% when really Donald Trump left it at a 1.4% inflation rate when he left office and handed it over to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I mean, the math just isn't mathing, folks. This doesn't make sense. Kamala Harris will say and do anything in order to appeal to the people, guys. Here we go, moving over towards the border. I've been waiting to get to this. Let's hear what she's got to say on illegal immigrants crossing our border. Kamala Harris, it's stuff you can't make it up. Listen to her.
You raised your hand when asked whether or not the border should be decriminalized. Do you still believe that?
I believe there should be consequence. We have laws that have to be followed and enforced.
Oh my goodness. Another flip-flop? No way, guys. Oh my, I don't know what she actually stands for because, look at this face right here. This is the true face of panic. You know what I mean? This is what I'm keying in on. Every time Dana asks her a question that hits, the surface, what all the American folks want to know, this is her face at first. Oh my goodness. No way CNN is actually holding me accountable. This is a first, folks. This is a first. And listen to her just lie and scramble for answers, guys. Oh my goodness. This is so weird to watch. Listen to her.
The border should be decriminalized. Do you still believe that?
I believe there should be consequence. We have laws that have to be followed and enforced that address and deal with people who cross our border illegally, and there should be consequence. And let's be clear, in this race, I'm the only person who has prosecuted transnational criminal organizations who traffic in guns, drugs, and human beings. I'm the only person in this race who actually served a border state as Attorney General to enforce our laws, and I would enforce our laws as president going forward. I recognize the problem.
You raised your hand when asked.
Oh my goodness, guys. You just can't make this stuff up. She talks about decriminalizing. It comes out of her own mouth. Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, says that she would be in favor. That's why Dana Bash asked her, you raised your hand on the subject of decriminalizing illegal border crossing, saying that it shouldn't be a crime. It should be illegal. And now she's going back on it, saying that there should be a process, a procedure. They should be prosecuted to the fullest degree. I mean, come on, Kamala Harris, give up the charades. When does it stop? When does it stop? We're going to continue on the subject. Illegal border crossings, guys. She's actually saying this, influx of illegal border crossings somehow help the United States. I'm not sure, folks. Let's get into it. I got to hear this.
During the Biden-Harris administration, there were record numbers of illegal border crossings. Why did the Biden-Harris administration wait 3.5 years to implement sweeping asylum restrictions?
Well, first of all, the root causes work that I did as vice president, that I was asked to do by the president, has actually resulted in a number of benefits, including historic investments by American businesses in that region. The number of immigrants coming from that region has actually reduced since we began that work. But I will say that
the number of immigrants coming from that region has actually reduced is because they've all made it across the border. I mean, common sense tells you, Kamala Harris, everybody who wanted to come came when it was open. You know, when no one was paying it one mind. Kamala Harris, border czar, appointed border czar, does nothing whatsoever. That's when all those folks were coming by. They were coming through. Now it's dead because everyone's made it in that wanted to come. If they're not through by now, they don't want to come. I mean, come on, Kamala Harris. Listen to her, guys. This is the person who wants to act as president. She is a dangerous, dangerous figure. If she can somehow pull out benefits from illegal immigrants crossing across our border, I just don't see how this benefits our nation. I mean, come on, listen to
by American businesses in that region. The number of immigrants coming from that region has actually reduced since we began that work. But I will say this, that Joe Biden and I and our administration worked with members of the United States Congress on an immigration issue that is very significant to the American people and to our security, which is the border. And through bipartisan work, including some of the most conservative members of the United States Congress, a bill was crafted, which we supported, which I support.
Here we go, guys. We already know where she's going to take this. She's going to point and play the blame game. She's always got to point the finger at the other side, but we didn't unseal all of what Trump had done. You know, you guys unraveled, took it all back, rewind. And now you want us to somehow, come together to make this right again. No, you guys, stop trying to blame the other side of the aisle. It just doesn't make sense how every single time Kamala Harris has those feet held to the fire, she's like, oh my goodness, it's Trump's fault. It's his fault. It's the Republicans' fault. Like, get out of here. Listen to her lie.
Was crafted, which we supported, which I support. And Donald Trump got word of this bill that would have contributed to securing our border, and because he believes that it would not have helped him politically, he told his folks in Congress, don't put it forward. He killed the bill. A border security bill that would have put 1,500 more agents on the border. And let me tell you something, the Border Patrol endorsed the bill. And I'm sure in large part because they knew they were working around the clock, and 1,500 more agents would help them. That bill would have allowed us to increase seizures of fentanyl. Ask any community in America that has been devastated by fentanyl what passing that bill would have done.
I almost forgot Tim Walz is there. They pin the camera back. This dude is literally like an emotional support dog right now. Like, he is there for emotional support. Whenever Kamala Harris starts going on these rants, he's there to nod his head and make sure that she doesn't look absolutely crazy right now, because what is she even talking about? You guys unsealed that border by yourselves. You should be able to seal it back up alone. Stop including or pointing the finger at Donald Trump, pointing your finger at the Republicans, point the finger back at yourself first, guys. This is a bunch of projection coming from Kamala Harris. Listen to her. And then Tim comes out of nowhere.
They knew they were working around the clock, and 1,500 more agents would help them. That bill would have allowed us to increase seizures of fentanyl. Ask any community in America that has been devastated by fentanyl what passing that bill would have done to address their concern and a pain that they've experienced.
So you would push that legislation again. I just want to ask
about... Not only push it, I will make sure that it comes to my desk and I would sign it.
Just one other question.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to push that legislation in and I'll make sure. This is a bunch of baloney, guys. You know, she's feeding all this to the folks, and I want everyone at home right now to think to yourself, what is she doing right now? She's saying she would get her to come to her desk and sign it. But I mean, like, Kamala Harris, it's been 3.5 years, you and your buddy Joe, and it's honestly just you. You know, Joe's proven that he wasn't really the one in charge. So it kind of the the blunt, all the like the responsibility. I feel like the meat and potatoes falls on Kamala Harris, right? Because she's the only one that's really had, I will say, half a brain to be operating this country. In 3.5 years, you haven't done it. You're just not going to do it, Kamala Harris. Don't keep throwing out all these empty promises to the people. This is what she does in order to grab a couple votes. I don't think this tactic is going to work. Right now, she's just pandering to anybody who she will be able to appeal to, anybody she could catch, because she knows she's desperate at this point. We got her even more desperate, saying that she's going to aim to help the middle class and strengthen our middle class workers. I'm excited to see this one because, like I've said just a second ago, it's 3.5 years of her not even caring about the middle class, but now all of a sudden she wants to strengthen, build our middle class up. Listen to her, guys.
If you are elected, what would you do on day one in the White House?
Well, there are a number of things. I will tell you, first and foremost, one of my highest priorities is to do what we can to support and strengthen the middle class. When I look at the aspirations, the goals, the ambitions of the American people, I think that people are ready for a new way forward.
If you are elected.
All right, folks, and I'm going to leave that there. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. He's throwing all this out there, but then you got to think to yourself also, where's the details behind any of this? It's just more so like, yeah, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to fix this. Throw me your vote. I'm going to fix that for you. I'm going to solve all your problems and not really give you a map or a plan on how you're going to at least, start to solve or address these issues. It just doesn't make sense how people are actually falling for these just very vague, non-descriptive promises from Kamala Harris. She's just like, yeah, I'll fix it. It's been broke for 3.5 years. I'll fix it when I get in office. Like, no, that's not how things work, guys. We got Kamala Harris finally associating herself with Bidenomics and saying it's been good. It's done a great deed for our country, making sure that we've thrived as Americans. Bidenomics has been a total success in Kamala Harris's books. I got to look at this. I got to see it. Come on.
You maintain Bidenomics is a success.
I maintain that when we do the work of bringing down prescription medication for the American people, including capping the cost of the annual cost of prescription medication for seniors at $2,000, when we do what we did in the first year of being in office to extend the child tax credit so that we cut child poverty in America by over 50%, when we do what we have done to invest.
Let me stop her, guys, because she's getting in. She's doing that run. She's trying to run rant where she's running through a bunch of stuff like we're not going to call her on it, guys. The child tax credit. I mean, the child tax credit, the medicine, all of that. The price is going down. I mean, you got to think about the food costs. am I going to be able to just eat medicine all day? That's all I'm able to afford. The grocery bill is through the roof. Not even able to afford the feed, clothe, send my kid to school, make sure I can drive to work because gas is so high. I mean, there is so many other aspects of our economy that she's just completely ignoring and just saying that they've done a great deed to society by bringing down the cost of medications. I mean, yeah, that helps, but it doesn't help when all I can afford is medication and everything else is high because these medications are so low. I mean, come on, Kamala Harris. There is a big imbalance in her brain. I don't know how she's able to draw these conclusions that she's been such a success for the American people. Like, is she not listening? She's not hearing her campaign advisors.
Poverty in America by over 50%. When we do what we have done to invest in the American people and bringing manufacturing back to the United States so that we created over 800,000.
Invest in the American people by sending all of our money over to Ukraine to fund wars, to Zelensky, accidentally transferring money over to the Taliban. I mean, you're not funding, you're not investing in American people. I'll say that right now. And we can see you're taking jobs away from our country by trying to ban fracking, make us more energy dependent on other countries. Like, you're not trying to bring jobs. This is a bunch of baloney. Come on, listen to it.
And bringing manufacturing back to the United States so that we created over 800,000 new manufacturing jobs, bringing business back to America. What we have done to improve the supply chain so we're not relying on foreign governments to supply American families with their basic needs, I'll say that that's good work.
You maintain Bidenomics.
I don't know. It sounds like Kamala Harris is like morphing into Donald Trump at this point, bringing jobs back to America. Just the policies that she stating, she's not stand for or stood for in the last 3.5 years. I'm not sure how she's all of a sudden waking up a brand new person, dyed her hair blonde, and going by Trump now is what it seems like, guys. Just wanted to stop and say I appreciate all you folks who have made it this far in the video, guys. I know it's been a little lengthy, but oh my goodness, this was packed full of surprises, guys. I think I saved arguably the best clip for last, as we now have Kamala Harris coming out saying she has no regrets about covering up Biden's mental state, guys, his well-being. I'm excited to get this. Let's hop straight in and see what she's got to say. I can't believe it.
Vice President Harris, you were a very staunch defender of President Biden's capacity to serve another 4 years. Right after the debate, you insisted that President Biden is extraordinarily strong. Given where we are now, do you have any regrets about what you told the American people?
No, not at all. Not at all. I have served.
That statement right there, not at all, speaks volume. That should be a slap in the face to a lot of folks on the left, because they essentially stole their vote, sliding her and taking Biden out, sliding her into that spot as the DNC's front runner. I would feel like I just got slapped in the face. She's saying she doesn't even care that they stole your vote. Oh my, listen to her, guys. Get a load of this.
At all.
Not at all. Regrets
not at all
about what you told the American people?
No, not at all. Not at all. I have served with President Biden for almost 4 years now, and I'll tell you, it's one of the greatest honors of my career, truly. He cares so deeply about the American people. He is so smart and loyal to the American people.
That last part there seems so forced. I mean, she's looking off in the distance, trying to conjure up things to say about Biden that are just going to boost him up in the public's eye. I mean, listen to her and look at her face while she's just listing off characteristics that Biden doesn't have. Listen to this. And she can't even look at her face, guys. I can't make this up. The facial expressions are so telling. Like, look at her.
And I'll tell you, it's one of the greatest honors of my career, truly. He cares so deeply about the American people. He is so smart and loyal to the American people.
He is so smart and loyal. Now, I'm not buying it, guys. I know you guys aren't buying it. I'll let her finish up, but I'm not buying it.
And I have spent hours upon hours with him, be it in the Oval Office or the Situation Room. He has the intelligence, the commitment, and the judgment and disposition that I think the American people rightly deserve in their president.
Guys, there we have it. I cannot make any of this up. I cannot even believe CNN allowed this to air out. I mean, talk about a dumpster fire show on wheels. That's Kamala Harris's campaign. I mean, it is going straight down to the dumps, especially after this interview. I don't even think we need the September 10th debate. She debated versus her own mind and she lost, showing that she is definitely not capable enough to be showing up to a debate, going toe-to-toe against the man, the myth, Donald Trump. I just don't see it, guys. Hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Made it this far, man. Drop a Trump 2024 with the flag down in the comment section below. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button, that subscribe button. If you'd enjoy more content like this, I'll catch you guys on the next one.